Hello everyone, and welcome to Earth Archives. Before we start, don't forget to like, subscribe, and share this with anyone you think might need to see it. Today, we're diving into a dark but incredibly fascinating topic: the 3 dark personalities in men. Which one are you dealing with, or maybe which one do you think you might be? I know it already sounds a bit intense, right?
Yeah, actually, these 3 personalities aren't easy to recognize, especially in most men. They're completely blind to their own darkness. But you know what? This ignorance isn't harmless. It can determine your fate. Only those who can truly look in the mirror and face their own dark side have a chance to take control of their lives.
So let's start with the first type, okay? Can you tell us about the narcissist?
Of course, the narcissist. Many people think narcissists are strong and confident, but that's not really the case. Their power looks dazzling, but it's built on a kind of hunger, a hunger for recognition, a hunger for admiration. When you see a man enter a room, he's not checking who has power, he's counting who looked at him, who didn't, who ignored him. For a person like this, the world revolves around attention. Any neglect is lethal.
Wow, so he looks confident on the outside, but inside he's really fragile?
Exactly. He builds his life on being worshipped, yet he always feels insufficient. He can smile broadly, but he's constantly scanning for signs of disrespect. Praise him, and he shines brilliantly. Ignore him, and he might collapse. Have you seen idols or leaders vanish the moment they step out of the spotlight? They're living examples of this.
So narcissists aren't really strong, they're prisoners of their own fragility?
Correct. Their strength is just a performance. But don't be fooled, they can truly rise, especially in politics, entertainment, and leadership, because they know how to wear the perfect mask, how to give people exactly what they want to see. While others hesitate, he confuses. While others think, he acts. He becomes a mirror for public desire, and the masses will hand him a crown. But there's a paradox. Once admiration fades, he collapses.
And what does that collapse look like?
It can show as manipulation, lies, rewriting history, even controlling you in relationships, because your attention is his oxygen. He doesn't love you. He loves the reflection of himself in you. He makes you feel seen and understood, but it's all carefully designed. You get addicted to his validation, start doubting yourself, and that's exactly what he wants: uncertainty, suppression, and conquest.
Wow, sounds like a trap.
Exactly. That's the danger of a narcissist. He controls not only himself, but can control you too. And you might never realize it until you're completely trapped. That's why it's crucial to first understand this personality. Knowing it exists is your first line of defense.
All right, now that we've covered the first type, what about the second one, the Machiavellian type?
Machiavellian men are even colder and more dangerous than narcissists. Narcissists crave praise, the brute seeks obedience, but the Machiavellian only cares about leverage, control, and power. He doesn't care if you love him. He only cares if you obey. He studies people like a scientist, waiting for the perfect moment to act. You might feel connected to him, but in reality, he never fully exposes himself. He only shows the side he wants you to see, all while secretly collecting your critical information.
So unlike a narcissist, he doesn't need to be seen, he just wants to manipulate the game?
Exactly. His power doesn't come from performance or charm. It comes from position and information. He doesn't rush into action. He accumulates leverage and calculates every move. Every betrayal, every alliance, every word is meticulously planned. He's not impulsive and doesn't waste emotions. That's what makes him terrifying. Efficient, elegant, precise. He controls the entire chessboard, and you might only realize you're trapped after the fact.
Wow, that sounds so cold.
Cold? Absolutely cold. He can smile, be charming, witty, but something is always missing, that flawless concealment. He never exposes himself. Praise doesn't reveal worship. Anger doesn't reveal weakness. Stories don't reveal strategy. By the time you realize the danger, it's too late. Unlike the dazzling narcissist, the Machiavellian's power comes from invisibility. Those who hide best survive longest.
So, he controls the system, not the person?
Exactly. He doesn't fight for dominance in the room. He makes the powerful ask him what to do next. He doesn't compete for power. He creates it. His curse is isolation. No one can truly get close because everyone is a pawn. And this isolation, while powerful, becomes a cage. He controls the world, but loses connection.
Wow, listening to this gives me chills. So what's the last type?
The third type, the psychopath. This is extreme, the most feared. Unlike the narcissist, he doesn't crave praise. Unlike the Machiavellian, he doesn't calculate moves. He acts on impulse, will, and domination. While others are still plotting, he's already in motion. By the time you react, it's over. He doesn't care about consequences, isn't held back by emotions. The cold detachment makes him utterly unpredictable.
That sounds terrifying.
Terrifying, yes, but the truth is, the psychopath has power, but lacks humanity. He can dominate a room, yet never feel at home. Defeat enemies, yet never feel peace. He doesn't build or govern, he destroys and controls. His life is a series of present moments, each louder, bloodier, more provocative than the last. His existence nullifies all rules, and that's a kind of power most people can't comprehend.
Wow, that sounds like an unpredictable bomb.
Exactly. His danger lies in total unpredictability. With a narcissist, you know where his weaknesses are. With a Machiavellian, you know he's calculating. But with a psychopath, you can't anticipate the next move at all. He might be friendly or cruel. It all depends on his current will. What makes him the most terrifying is his indifference to outcomes and his efficiency. You can't even prepare for him.
Does this relate to our everyday life? Can we actually encounter them?
Yes, and more often than you think. Many business magnates, military leaders, even some political figures may have psychopathic traits. When you see someone ruthlessly achieving goals, completely unaffected by emotions, he might have this tendency. Importantly, they don't have to commit crimes or act violently. They just coldly and rationally control their world.
So, a psychopath isn't necessarily a bad person, but a dangerous presence?
Precisely. He's a dangerous presence. His actions carry no emotional color. You might even find him charming, charismatic, because he's always stable, always calm. But that stability is built on indifference and ruthlessness. Unlike a narcissist, he doesn't need your admiration. Unlike a Machiavellian, he doesn't need your cooperation. He only needs you to exist within his plan.
Wow, just hearing this gives me chills. Among the three types, which is the most dangerous?
Each is dangerous in its own way. The narcissist is dangerous because he gets you addicted, manipulates your emotions. The Machiavellian is dangerous because he calculates behind the scenes, turning you into a passive pawn. The psychopath is the most dangerous because you can never predict his next move. Even when you think you're safe, he's already in control of the game.
So, if we encounter these three types of personalities, how can we protect ourselves?
First, recognize your own feelings. A narcissist will make you doubt yourself. A Machiavellian will make you question those around you. And a psychopath will make you question your sense of safety. Second, learn boundaries. Don't let emotions control you. And don't reveal your weaknesses easily. Third, maintain distance, especially from Machiavellians and psychopaths. They fear your independent thought and action the most.
So the core of protection is, stay aware, stay distant?
Exactly. These three personalities are part of the dark side. And the most important thing is knowing where your own darkness lies. Many people can't help but cater to a narcissist, be manipulated by a Machiavellian, or overtrust a psychopath. Self-awareness is the first step to defense.
Wow, I really learned a lot today. Honestly, after hearing about these three types, I feel like I should check myself too. Maybe I have a bit of narcissistic or Machiavellian tendencies without realizing it.
In fact, everyone has a bit of darkness. The question is how you manage it. Being able to recognize it correctly and control yourself. That's true power. Darkness isn't the enemy, it's a resource.
Alright, that's it for today. I hope after watching, everyone can better understand the people around them, and a little of their own dark side. Don't forget, if you enjoyed today's content, like, subscribe, and share with your friends. Next time, we'll explore more secrets of psychology and personality analysis.
Remember, understanding darkness isn't for fear, it's for control. Control yourself, and the dark side no longer controls you.